What is up, party people? Today we will be making something with sewing instead of crochet. And you probably know what it is because it's probably in the title or the thumbnail. But next weekend is my best friend's bachelorette party. I'm her maid of honor, and her sister sent me an idea of a handmade sash, like a bride sash. And her sister's pretty crafty, and I said, she was already doing all these crafts for the event, and I was like, I'm good at sewing. Well, I don't know if I said good, but I said I can sew that if you feel like your plate is too full. She was like, actually, sewing is not in my repertoire. And so I was like, okay, so I'm doing this. I have not sewn in about a year, and I'm quite nervous. This is the inspo picture. And as you can see, there's multiple different fabrics being used, but I don't have a fabric collection. And it didn't seem worth it to me to go buy 5 different fabrics just to use it for one letter. That felt kind of wasteful, when I could probably get the same vision just with one. Now, whenever I was doing this intro and putting all of my tools down, I realized something. So, whenever I was going shopping for this fabric at Hobby Lobby, I got this blue fabric from Hobby Lobby years ago, but they still have the pattern. So I was carrying that around and placing it up against different whites that I was gonna use. And in Hobby Lobby, it was stark white. The background of this blue was white. And so her sister suggested, on the phone call, she's like, well, what about the off-white? Because I know she's wearing an off-white dress to rehearsal dinner. I was like, yeah, I thought about that, but the fabric I have at home is white, and so I don't want it to clash. And she's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm not feeling good about this. So, additionally, before I knew this, I was brainstorming before sitting down to film this, and I was like, well, if for some reason something doesn't work out, I wonder if I could crochet the letters and then sew them on, because I've seen that done before, and then it will kind of give the same vibe of quilty, crafty, frilly, girly, but also my thing, I guess, is crochet, so it would be more of an Elizabeth gift. I don't know. But my idea right now, I'm just gonna do one letter on one little square of this fabric. I got a yard. Yard should be plenty for a little sash. I don't think it would hurt just to test out a little something. I don't own pins. Now I do. I literally bought, and this whole time I was thinking they were expensive. I don't know why I thought that, so I was procrastinating buying them. They're $2. Scissors, on the other hand, we've been using our kitchen scissors for everything. And I was like, obviously I'm not gonna use kitchen scissors to sew. I know better. So I got actual crafting scissors, but these were the cheapest ones. And I saw the orange ones, and those are the ones that I grew up with, my mom has them. I was like, oh, maybe I should buy that. It was $25 or something. And I was like, no, it's a pair of scissors. Maybe for a birthday gift. At this point in my adulthood, I'm not, a $5 scissors is fine with me. And it was in Hobby Lobby, so it's craft. Oh, it's actually Singer. It's craft certified. I'm nervous, guys. Let's do this. Okay, so I cut out a little eye. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. But I'm gonna go ahead and pin it down. I don't know. I can't remember which direction you want the pins to go. I'm gonna go like this because it makes the most sense, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go like perpendicular to the sewing machine. You are not cooperating. This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. This is way harder than sewing a bag. I don't know how I'm supposed to go around these curves without it scrunching, but also like the scrunching is the vibe. Also, I'm not that bothered by the different color. I will say I've considered folding like the letter under so that it had kind of like a hemmed look for the edges, but I figured the rough edge is the vibe. So I finished the draft with the lining, and then I was getting super insecure about the way that it was looking, and so I just wanted to test out a crochet version, and I called my mom and she said that the sewing version is better, which makes me sad because I just want to crochet. Like, that's just all I want to do. And I really wanted to try putting crochet on fabric, but apparently this one's better. And she said it's gonna be fine even though it's all the same pattern. She thinks it's gonna look fine. Which, looking on the camera, it will. It'll look fine. But my phone is dying, so I'm gonna eat din din, and I'm gonna charge my phone, and we're gonna get to work. And it's gonna be great. And I'm gonna use pins, and it's not gonna get scrunched. And if it gets scrunched, no big deal, just rip it out. Or whatever that technique is called. Okay, bye. So it does look like I have a little piece of toilet paper around me, but the length I think is gonna work. I am wearing like a sweatshirt so that the hood of it is kind of getting in the way. But I mean, I think it's good sash length. It's gonna have to be because I don't have any more fabric to work with. So hopefully it's good. And if it's not, we can just hang it around her chair or something like that. So next step, I guess, is to hem the edges. But also part of me is like, does it matter to hem the edges because we're putting this on it? So maybe I don't need to hem the edges? But we want the edges to be straight. I'm definitely gonna be hemming like these ends. I'll hem the edges just for that professional touch, which means I have to iron, I think. So the goal is for it to essentially be 4 inches total. And that way I can take off an inch on either side and still be good. One of my favorite YouTubers is a seamstress, and she inspires me. But I didn't own pins until yesterday. So now I can actually do stuff if I wanted. I've been seeing a lot of thrift flip stuff on Pinterest where they like get a little men's button-up shirt. There's a plethora of those at Goodwill. And then they like transform it into a little spring top. Sewing is very intimidating though. I finished up all of the hemming. She's so cute. And I think it looks much more fresh. I am gonna ask my mom, how do you finish it off? I wanna say you tie a knot, but like I don't know what you do with the rest. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. But I'll fix it, don't worry. It's not gonna look all crazy. Next up is all of the letters, which I think is gonna be the hardest part, but let's get to it. The past couple of days have been quite gloomy, so I've been inside mostly doing a couple of crafts, and I just finished doing all of the letters on the sash, and I think it looks really, really good. The only thing is that the E is at the very bottom, so it's gonna be kind of hard to read when it's like on her body, but I think that it's gonna be a really cute project in the end, and she's gonna appreciate that I made it for her. The final thing that I have is to add the lace on the sides. So I'm gonna cut those and pin them on. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get it all the way sewn. And then after that, I need to ask my mom how you finish off the threads on here. I'm pretty sure you just like knot them together. But I'm not really sure how that comes about with the like letters, how the top string ends on top and then like the bobbin string ends on the bottom. I don't know how you bring those together. So I'm gonna have to ask her a couple questions tonight when I see her, but we're almost there. Y'all, I knew this would happen. I ran out of string. This is all I have left, and I'm about a foot away from finishing the whole thing. But I'm going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow anyways, but that is just really disappointing. Let me see how much is on here. 3 yards. I didn't use that much samples. I might have used a foot of samples, maybe less, but $6, that's ridiculous. That means I have to spend $12 on the lining alone. That's crazy. But it's looking super duper good. That's like pretty phenomenal. Wow, it looks super duper good. So almost done. Yay!